Hey guys, so today I kind of have like sort of a topic I want to broach with you guys, and this is really ironic, but like this idea actually came to me when I was in the middle of one of my psychology lectures. So I'm gonna kind of give you a little backstory here before I sort of relate this to paganism, so bear with me for a second here. I'm taking a class on clinical psychology. And I know a lot of people, if you know about psychology, you're probably going to know what I'm talking about. But if you don't really know a whole lot about psychology, or if you have this sort of vague layperson understanding, you may or may not know that there are a lot of different ways psychologists sort of conduct therapy or practice. There's also a lot of different fields in psychology you can go into in the first place. And so one of the things that my teacher was talking about was different ways people sort of practice their therapy, or like clinical people, like what what is the word I'm looking for? Model that they sort of use to look at patients. There are like different models. And so she was saying like different things about like one that you hear people talk a lot about is you may be familiar with people like Freud, who are like psychoanalytical. Like they take sort of one type of approach, and then there's other people who do things called cognitive therapies. There's also behavioral therapies, if I could talk. There's like combined cognitive and behavioral therapies. There's like all sorts of different things out there. And a lot of people, like if you ask psychologists, you know, well, which one do you subscribe to and how do you treat patients? They'll usually say, well, I do this or I do that. And then you've got people out there who do a combination of different things. They don't necessarily side with just one thing. And this was, to me, what was really cool about this is my professor, someone asked her, well, you know, what do you do? Like, she used to be a clinician in the field. They asked her, like, what her sort of belief on and how she practices was. And her response to that was, well, a lot of people like to call themselves eclectic. And, like, that caught my attention because we as pagans call ourselves that, like, an awful lot. And she goes, I don't like that term though. And she doesn't like it, and she said she didn't like it, because it gives people the impression that she's just kind of picking and choosing at things, rather than actually subscribing to several different things and knowing a lot about those things and trying to put them together. And that just kind of blew my mind. Like, I don't know why, but I've always felt kind of wishy-washy when I use the term eclectic pagan, and I feel like I don't like that term, and I never have, because of that exact reason. A lot of people like associate you with, you only take what you like and you don't like do anything else, and there's just kind of like a bad connotation that goes with that. So I thought it was really cool that she had found a different way to describe that and called herself integrated, and would say she's like integrated with one thing and then another. And I just think this is kind of funny, because I'm gonna give you guys a great example of why I think integrated is a better term than eclectic. I get on Witchvox occasionally, and one of the things that I like to do is look for new people in my state, obviously, who've posted listings or have updated stuff, but I always check like and see what the little path thing that they've listed is, and a lot of different things come up, sometimes things that I've never even heard of, which is interesting to me, so I like to read it. And a trend that I see on there is, and I will read some of these to you, eclectic is like the dominant thing that you see on there, but the people who don't put eclectic put pagan and Wiccan, or Wiccan slash unknown, or witch slash fae slash paganism, or pagan witchcraft, or witch, or eclectic slash ceremonial, or hedge witch, and reclaiming slash animist, Celtic slash eclectic slash Wicca, scientific witchcraft, traditional, druidism slash witchcraft. Like, if you've noticed, a lot of these are like two things that people put on there. And I think it's really interesting, like, I think integrated is a way better term to describe kind of what a person does. Because if someone says, well, I'm eclectic, sometimes that really does fit people. And I understand some people really do just pull from so many different things. But most of the time when people say that they're eclectic, what they really mean is like, I'm more or less like really into this one thing, but I also use a lot of this too. And there's like usually like 2, maybe 3 things in there. And I just feel like saying integrated and listing what those things are would be way better and easier for other people to kind of relate to that person if we use the term integrated instead of eclectic. So I'm not really like trying to sway your opinion here one way or the other. I just found this really interesting and I was thinking about it, so I thought I would bring it up to you guys. And I'm really hoping people will sort of leave some comments and give me some feedback on this, because I just feel like it totally blew my mind. So I sort of wonder how other people feel about it, or maybe some people use that term and I've just never heard it. I'd just be interested to know kind of what people think in general. So I guess leave a comment and I'll look forward to it. Bye.